Morning, y'all. It's Jack from Wayne's Lawn Service in Louisville, Kentucky. You're listening to Turfs Up Radio, your industry and your station.
This is Steve with Sam Trucking and Excavating. You're listening to Turfs Up Radio, your industry, your station.
This is Tony from Tony's Lawn Care, and you're listening to Turfs Up Radio, your industry, your station.
Is your lawn a hot mess? Call Purple Walrus Lawn Company. Unlike actual Purple Walrus sightings, a beautiful lawn is not rare with us. We're the landscapers who believe in ecologically friendly grass hugging and lawn whispering. We're not here to sell you snake oil or make you sign contracts that require a lawyer. Our pricing? Straightforward and fair. Choose Purple Walrus, and your lawn will be the talk of the neighborhood. Learn more at purplewalruslawn.com.
Hey guys, this is Travis with Ignite Attachments with your Turfs Up tip of the week. We're going to talk about grapples for tractors and skid steers. It's important to choose the right grapple. We have several types, such as bucket grapples that will retain the load without letting objects sift through the bottom. We have root grapples where the lower tines have wide spacing. It'll allow dirt and material to flow through, so you'll only retain the large, dense rubbish. Rock grapples, you can get them as a bucket without the grapple or with the grapple, has closer tine spacing, so you can sift material, dirt, and sand through and retain the rocks. We also have the stump grapple, which is better for picking out stumps, roots, and other debris, which you can get with and without a grapple. This is your Turfs Up tip of the week. I'm Travis with Ignite Attachments.
Here we go. Nice little intro this morning. Good morning. Aaron Walls, Landscaper Roots. You want to join the show? It's 812-719-9993. Email the show, awalls9993@gmail.com. All right, so how was your weekend? Mine was interesting. Did a little bit of maneuvering around the rain. Friday, we went to Bolly's. That's in Evansville. Watched a little bit of baseball on the big screens. Bolly's is a casino. The casinos around here got the nicest restaurants and a little bit of activity for us to do, us country folk. It is a small area where I live, so we went to hang out there, look at my pretty wife, stare back at me, and take her out to dinner. I have a good time hanging out with her. I really do. It's fun. And the older we get, the less time we have with each other, unless we make it. Yes. I'm on now. I think so. Yeah, so we went out to dinner, so maybe I'm not on. Anybody out there listening? Anybody hear me? Sound check, mic check, 1 2 1 2. Aaron Walls hanging out. Hopefully you can hear me. Anyway, talking about my weekend. If not, it is recording, and I'll just load it up later. For all the faithfuls out there. But anyway, yeah, we hung out, and that was a good time. Put a few dollars on some baseball games. Did good on Friday. Saturday, we're all losers. I picked several losers on Saturday. Saturday was not a good pick day for me on baseball. But baseball is getting a little more exciting. Basketball yesterday was a flop. Let's see. Hockey I did pretty good on all my picks. Now there is only one game left one series left in hockey, but there's a lot of parlays. Today, I am not going to pick any baseball games today because I don't know. Maybe later I might. I've been consistently picking and winning here and there. I've been, winning around between 2 and 5 of the games I'm picking. I'm up 500 right now. still, NASCAR. We picked on NASCAR's picks yesterday. No luck there. My wife did pick a winner. So last week I picked a winner. Hit pretty nice on that. So it creates some interesting weekends for when football's not on. And also at night, it's also forced me to get back into baseball. I love baseball. What are you doing, Pappy? My dog wants out. What do you hear? What do you hear, buddy? You want out? He is a miniature Australian shepherd. And this dude hears and sees things that aren't there yet. I don't know where he sees them from, but he does. Normally he sits in here with me. He wants out. Actually, my sister's dog. She passed away in January. I went and picked up the dogs, so we got him. Anywhere I go, this dog goes with me. Anywhere I go. At first, he was a runner. This dude is like lightning in a bottle. He is fast. So, for some reason, he must see or hear something. Is why he wants out of here. And that's why you heard me talk about it. Or you heard my door shut, or the chair squeaking, getting up, and anyway, whatever. We're talking about gambling here, the important stuff. Before I talk about lawn care and relatable experiences, what does a relatable experience do for you? Now, when I was working at Automated Routing in little old Ferdinand, Indiana, and I had my headphones on, and I was listening to Brian Fullerton and Paul Jameson and that whole crew, I would stand in one spot. So I didn't have shit to do. So I'd listen to them all day long. And then for some reason, it sent me Eric Jones. The algorithms or whatever. Now I listened to this other crew because they were the only ones out there. You know what I mean? It felt like they were the first ones on the street. So I was listening to them. But after their shows, I would always try and find something because I had to stand in the same spot, do the same thing over and over and over. Now, Eric talked about lawn care and all this and played music and was fucking loud in the mornings. He's like, you know what I mean? I like what I do. And me being miserable, I thought, there ain't no fucking way this dude likes what he does. Bullshit. But I was also thinking them other guys might be bullshit as well. So I didn't really know what is the truth. The only thing is I was trying to get out of the factory. I hated it. Couldn't figure out what the truth was. Now, Eric had a heart attack. And he spoke about his heart attack. Now, whether the heart attack was real or not, I don't know. Whether Paul Jameson or all them other guys are telling the truth or not, I don't know. But I do know what it's like to walk into the spiritual life and finally fall in love with the spirit. And he spoke about that. And I knew right then and there the dude wasn't full of shit. Now, you might be on lawn care and all that or whatever. You know, draw your own line in the sand, but I found something relatable because I remember when I started to fall in love with the spirit. Something greater than myself. And I could relate to that. And once I found a relatable experience, I was able to trust what I was hearing. I don't know if you guys are like that. Maybe you guys don't think that deep. Maybe I'm full of shit this morning. I don't know. If you think I'm full of shit, that's okay. Shoot me a downloadable link to your show and I'll listen in. So, Aaron Walls is not lawn care. That is not who I am. I know who I am. I stand on it with conviction. So when I heard him speak about that, that's when I became more and more interested in Turfs Up Radio. That what I listened to the dude for a while before I even knew it was like a real radio station, internet radio. So I thought it was cool. Anyway, after me today, Eric Jones will be back on. So we just want to welcome you back with open arms and a big old fat handshake because the dude doesn't like to be touched. We'd hug him and mess up his hair, but he spends a lot of time on that hair, so we ain't gonna mess with him too much. Oh boy, we got a guy. Hey, Corey, am I on? I guess I'm on because you heard that part. I was just curious because we have had storms again. If I wasn't mistaken, I'd be willing to bet we live in the Pacific Northwest, even though we're right here in Kentucky. All right, good. Corey said we're live. Good deal. So I guess I just wanted to talk about a relatable experience. I guess we'll talk about what makes you listen to or trust people, especially in the context of business or social media. Because it can get pretty wild. Now, I'm speaking from a dumbass's point of view. Because I'm dumb enough to listen to people. I am. I'm dumb enough to try something someone says. I'm also dumb enough to not try something someone says. Wayne and Darren, they've been trying to get me to hire somebody or grow, to say the least. You know what I mean? And I do trust them, but I'm dumb enough to not try it. I'm also dumb enough to buy a piece of fucking equipment that ain't no good. I will buy this stuff. No good. Buy it. Or I would. Remember them influencer shoes? Golly, man, them things hurt my fucking feet bad. And I would wear them again and again because them guys on YouTube are saying wear them. But I also followed them on other things, and you'd look and you'd be like, wait a minute. These guys ain't even wearing them. Their feet hurt too. So, yeah. Welcome back. Welcome back to my show, where it's about being solo, because that's what I am. I'm solo, SOLOW. I'm solo. But I have been able to stay afloat. Now, what keeps me afloat? It's not to mow grass. It's fucking Christmas lights. It's just like Hawk to a girl, Corey. It's a money grab. And then they're gone. Or they're just maintaining their ability to hang on to the new users, like that Sean Spencer and what's her name? But anyway, it's a husband and wife mowing team. But if you take an honest look at their stuff over the years, it looked like they had a crap ton of lawns. And then as YouTube grew, it doesn't, you know what I mean? They're probably the same size I am. And I'm at the bottom rung when it comes to businesses. It's just, they've had some stuff I've bought just because they were popular. But here's the thing. I didn't have anything relatable. Nothing. I'm not a husband-wife team. I don't know what that's like on lawn care. My wife is very office-oriented. She's an office worker. She loves her job. She's a CEO. She loves going to work and doing that of a credit union. That's her thing. We don't go out there and fucking weed eating all that shit together. I don't know why I even followed them. It's not an attack at them, but there wasn't nothing relatable that they were doing that I thought, man, this is relatable. I don't know why. You know what I mean? Dumb. And I was in the new phase, like trying to survive. Once Eric got me hooked up with Christmas lights, though, and I don't know why I thought he was full of shit and not them. I guess because he spoke to me. I mean, that's a mental thing I got going on where I think I'm less than, I guess. Because these big YouTube people, I could, click, 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 and, type something, and they're not going to talk to me. They're not. They're too big, or it wouldn't look right if they did talk to somebody who was small. You know what I mean? And what I asked them, here's why I stopped following them, because they made a video. They said, hey, and this is just, it's not an attack to them. They got 400,000 people following them. And my question was, because he said, hey, if you new guys out there got any questions, what can we help you with? And I put, I live in Kentucky. If I go to Indiana, do I have to have a business license over there? Because I didn't know. You know what I mean? When I was selling illegal powders, there's no business license needed. You know what I mean? I ran that business for decades. And I didn't have to have a business license. I just showed up and sold it. Or they came, whatever. Anyway, my question was, after he said, hey, any of you new guys out there have any questions? That was my question. And he liked the comment and hearted it. So it meant somebody read it. They just never answered it. And I continued to ask questions like that on his channel and other channels, and I wouldn't get any answers. But I'd ask Eric questions, and he'd answer them right there, right on the air. I'd shoot him a text, and he'd answer back. And then when I quit, or I hadn't even quit my job yet, he said, go tell people you're doing Christmas lights, because I'm like, fuck, I hate my job. It sucks. See that semi on the way to work? I want to run into it. Yeah, Corey. The government, Corey's right. The government does hold that particular business license. They do. It was illegal. Okay. So, full disclaimer, I did my time on that one, guys. I just don't want you guys to think that I'm completely ignorant to running a business. Just a couple of them were illegal. I did my time. I got caught. Don't do it. Yeah. So I was talking to Eric, as I usually do, because Monday through Saturday I was stuck in this hellhole. They gave me a job. Thank you. But it was not fun. There was no enjoyment. Plus, working 6 days a week, bringing home $300 a week was a bit challenging. Now, I would love to come on here and say every single day of the week I make more than that than I was making a week, but some days I don't make that. Some days it rains and I do other stuff. But I live for the Christmas light season. I have figured that out. I found that out very quickly. I have to assume this year is going to be the same. But he did say, hey, go tell people you're doing it. I'm like, well, I'm not. I'm not doing it. He said, yeah, you are. I'm going to send you some pictures. So he sent me some pictures and I put it on Facebook. The rest is history. He got me hooked up with Marlowe. So that was cool. I still use Mike Marlowe. Mike Marlowe is probably one of the hardest dudes to get a hold of for other people. Not me. for some reason, I'll call him and Mike will answer on the first ring. Hey, buddy, what's up? You know what I mean? That's weird. Through this radio station is weird. People will answer my phone call. So if you guys are interested in a product, believe it or not, they'll talk to my little ass. It's not because I got $1 million business. You know what I mean? I'm mowing 25 lawns now. 25 takes me all week with all this rain and no help. Now, if it was dry and it was August, I could get them all done. But it's not happening. It doesn't look like it's going to dry out anytime soon. And I'm not really looking for it to dry out. To people like Wayne and Eric and Doug and Corey, that's not even a fraction of what they're doing. Of course, they are big lawns. I don't know if that counts. Probably not. I guess if we're looking at it like that, it's probably the wrong mindset to be in, comparison. What comparison's the thief of joy? Something like that. I don't know how it's said. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe we're supposed to compare. Maybe a little bit. Before I forget, me and my wife got into a cool Hulu series. It's called The Handmaid's Tale. Check it out. And it looks like my internet is picking up over here. I'm not going to say her name, but she's a AI bot. And for some reason, it thinks I'm voice texting, and I'm not. So, what, spell it SIRI. I'm not going to say it because for some reason that bubble keeps popping up like I need her to do something weird. AI is taking over. Anyway, Hulu series, The Handmaid's Tale. Check it out. Man, it's weird. And it doesn't seem like it's too far off from a possibility. I think other countries might be living like this. Anyway, it's cool. Check it out. If you like hanging out with your wife, we look forward to it. We look forward to going to hang out at the casino. All these things would not be fucking possible if I didn't do Christmas lights. It wouldn't. I bought my daughter a car. I know what paid for that. I didn't even write a check. I just got it out of the coffee can. There you go. Also, are your phone lines picking up or slowing down? Or are they the same? Kind of even kilter. I'm doing fine with the reoccurring revenue. So as long as it's reoccurring, we're fine, right? When do you if you other Christmas light guys are out there listening, when do you start pulling yours out and checking them? Now relax when I said pulling them out. I'm just talking about the Christmas lights. That's all I need to know. When are you pulling them out and checking them? When are you pulling out the snowplow? I want to pull mine out next week. I think next week is going to be all dry. I just want to hook it up, drive down the road, dump an old bag of salt in there, run the spreader, salt the church parking lot right before it rains and let it wash off. Not the entire parking lot. I just want to turn it on, see it run while I'm driving, go over a couple of speed bumps, come back home, unhook the snowplow, and take the salter back off. I just want to do that. Not only that, I stretched out my shop so I can put it in there. So I'm excited to be able to do that, to be able to unhook it, check him out, bring it back inside, get him ready to go, get him out of the sun. So anyway, all the way back to where I started with a relatable experience. That's what does it for me. who do you listen to? So if you're listening to this, who do you listen to after this? You got Eric coming on, so I would assume the faithful following he's got is going to be back on. Listen to that, and then you got Daniel, and then you got Wayner. What do you listen to after this, Corey? When Turf's Up's not on, what do you listen to? Are you a gambler? Are you a sports guy? Do you listen to cooking shows? Mike, what do you listen to? Doug, what do you guys listen to? Eric, what do you listen to? Do you listen to Self Breathing? You listen to your wife? What are you listening to? You listen to gurus on the internet talking lawn care? I kind of jump around. Some days I'll listen to music. Some days I'll listen to books. I really like Rand Paul. Listen to him talk. I like hearing his point of views. I think he kind of keeps us from becoming what the Handmaid's Tale kind of portrays. So people like Rand Paul kind of fight against that type of mindset. So I like that. I like that about him. Audiobooks or Dave Ramsey. Okay. All right. So Corey, you don't like debt either, do you? You don't even like business debt. I don't like it either, do you? Now, I don't listen to Dave Ramsey, but that's kind of. We'll do a side note. When I was younger, I watched a lot of cash flow. It's kind of how I got into the type of business I was in, that led me to wearing khakis and state boots and picking up trash on the highway. I kind of watched someone else do that. So they paid for everything in cash, and I thought that's just the way of the world. But he did time too. He did quite a bit, you know what I mean? And a legal business is a legal business, so when you go to prison, you kind of lose everything. But anyway, some things stick with you. And one of those was a habit of mine is paying for things in cash and avoiding debt. I'm not that versed on the Bible, but I'm pretty sure it talks about debt and not being in it. Let's see what Eric said. I meant the turf teacher. Eric listens to experts pretty much on a daily basis. That's pretty good. I don't think he's talking about internet influencers. I think he's talking about actual experts, people who's actually been doing it in the grind. Like myself, I ain't no fucking expert. I'm not. The only thing I'm doing is applying what I heard here on the station. So if you guys want to try that, try it. But me, I am not an expert. Look, my show is for entertainment purposes only. You are not going to change your business by listening to me. I am no internet guru. I do not get paid. Of course, I did get sent some equipment, so that was a fluke. That's a one-off. I don't know if you guys ever scratch lottery tickets and then, you see somebody winning a bunch. That's kind of what that was. I'm not a guru. All right, don't follow me for life-changing advice. You know what I mean? If you need a buddy, I'll be your buddy. But I am no guru. I am no internet sensation, nor will I ever be. I've got some really good friends on here. I got some really good contacts. All right, so Eric's been doing Christmas lights. He's been doing them since Achy Breaky Heart came out. All right. When jeans were that tight and people were still on the roof doing Christmas lights with paper clips, then he's been through it and he's a valuable resource. Same way with Mike Marlowe. Those are people I follow. I don't know who he follows, but I'm pretty sure it's not I'm going to say it, Paul Jameson's and that crowd. They're not trying to reach Eric. They're trying to reach 1 to 2 years. And every year over year, just in my city, I've got 8,000 people in my county. That means there's probably 10 to 20 lawn cares that start up here. So how many counties does your state have? And you add that up through the United States and the UK and probably Australia, people that listen who have fescue and Bermuda or zones where it mixes, they cut grass and they look for stuff like this. So there's always going to be a market for them to hit year over year. So they're smart. They're very smart to target that range. It's almost like the grass is always going to grow for them. I think it's very wise that they do that. I really do. I don't think they'll ever starve. They probably have more listeners than they do actual clients, which is, pretty easy on the body when you go to look at it. Is it easier to weed eat 19 ditches out in the sun, or is it easier to talk about other thousands of companies who weed eat 19 ditches all day? They chose a smart route. We can hate on them all day long, but they're smart. Oh shit. What else we got here? How about a break so you don't have to hear me sucking back on some straight black jet fuel coffee? What do you think?
Is your lawn a hot mess? Call Purple Walrus Lawn Company. Unlike actual purple walrus sightings, a beautiful lawn is not rare with us. We're the landscapers who believe in ecologically friendly grass hugging and lawn whispering. We're not here to sell you snake oil or make you sign contracts that require a lawyer. Our pricing? Straightforward and fair. Choose Purple Walrus, and your lawn will be the talk of the neighborhood. Learn more at purplewalruslawn.com.
Here we go. Makes you feel like shaking around a little, don't it? Purple Walrus Lawn. Of course, I don't even maintain lawns. Well, I mow them, and then, you know what I mean? I don't spray them. I ain't spraying nothing. Oh, do have a question for guys spraying. Now, my own lawn, there's a ton of people that drive by it. Now, I spray my own. You can buy anything off the internet, so I have, or, you can contact Steve West, who can help you. Steve West is a great guy. He's a great contact to have. Now, here's my question. I don't spray my lawn a whole lot. I do it enough for my lawn just to look decent. Now, I sprayed some broadleaf and some quinclorac on my lawn. So I've either got a shitload of crabgrass or I burnt my lawn. Either way, I don't know what I'm doing. I just ask questions. I have zero interest on sitting in front of a laptop and taking a test and getting this license. Zero. So I just try and take care of my lawn and make it look all right. Plus, I got 5 acres here. I live on 5 acres. I'm not paying someone to come spray 5 acres. I keep around up here by the highway. I keep it clean, keep it looking nice, and then out here in front of my lawn. But that commercial I make is funny because I don't even spray lawns. I don't. If I need a lawn sprayed, I have Nick or over in Tell City or Kevin here in my county. He'll spray it. Or if he needs whatever I do, they call me. Kind of a trade back and forth thing. We're all just trying to survive over here in a thriving manner. Surviving in a thriving manner. I don't even know if that's possible. So who do you trust? Who do you trust? Do you trust the boring ass people? Because it's probably trustworthy. You trust the guys that are boring. Or do you trust somebody with a lot of theatrics and entertainment? Let's use an example. Keith Kalvas. Now, very popular dude. A lot of antics, a lot of theatrics. Very popular. Can you trust him? I don't know. He speaks of the spiritual realm. He speaks of a guy who's lived in it. But is he trustworthy? I don't know. He does have the entertainment value, I guess. He's very entertaining. But is he relatable? I don't know if he's relatable anymore. It's just a question. I don't know. I'm not here to attack these guys. I find it unrealistic to think that they listen to me, but I've listened to them long enough to where I just listen, because Eric talks about colleagues being in your area or your space, or other contractors are colleagues. So I'm here with a microphone in front of me that would make these guys my colleagues. They have microphones and they speak in front of them and they put them out there. So I guess we're colleagues. I don't know that they listen to me. I would find it. I doubt it. If they do, great. You know what I mean? You want to come on? Cool. But as far as I know, and this is why I speak about it as if it's just through my perception, because I've tried to reach out to these guys and there's no real reach back. I don't know why. I don't intend to know why. I just know I listen to them. And some of the stuff these guys say are hard to listen to. Some of it's pretty good. Now, I did listen to last week's episode with Wayne and Daniel on Daniel's show, where they are challenging a perception put out there by another popular one, Mike Andes. Now, Mike Andes has this what do you mean, buddy? Elaborate, and then we will. And we can go into that, because it's coming from somebody who's not going to be. Now, remember, these guys are all big. I don't know if you guys can relate to them. If you can, great. You know, there is a lot of people that are relating to them, or maybe that's suspect. I don't know. I don't know the answer, but I have been able to relate to some things that Eric and Wayne and Darren and Daniel and Katie and not just because they're on here, or Adam, and you know what I mean? Adam was a cop. I can relate to that. I can relate to not wanting to be around them. That is very relatable. Now, do I act like that now? No, I don't. But Eric, what do you mean? Elaborate, buddy. When was the last time you guys ignored advice because it felt too polished or too perfect? Have you trusted someone more because they were real? I think I've kind of explained that. These are questions I'm getting off the internet, just the old Google space. Google a couple of things and just read it off. I'm curious of how relatable people really are. I don't know. I don't really know. So, what does relatable mean to you? Fuck it. Let's Google the word relatable. Let's relatable. What does relatable even mean? We're diving deep here. Search. Here we go. Corey was being sold a $2,000 blade sharpener. So some lawns don't even cost $2,000. All right, so relatable. It's story of a misfit is relatable to experiences many of us admit to having. So I guess relatable is one of those words that doesn't have an actual, it just uses it in the sentence, but I guess we all know what relatable is. It just seems like there's a lot of emotions attached to relatable. It strikes that, me too. I've been there. Now, Corey, what do you use to show while you're on here? What do you use to sharpen your blades? I've used a flap disc for years. I pull it off, put it in the vise, and sharpen it. That's what I do. During the now time of years, also known as spring wet grass, it's been once a week. And when it dries out, I don't do that. You know, they look pretty much the same when they're crispy and you're cutting dust. I don't, it might be once a month. But right now, I sharpen them. I'm on a couple of sets of blades by now. It's a lot, but I use a flap disc. Maybe that's why. And I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm small. I don't know. I'm not mowing thousands of lawns. I don't. I'm not gonna. I'm never gonna. I'll probably mow the same ones. You know, these same 120 American Best Blade Sharpener is essentially a jig with a grinder. Here we go. Here we go. Um, there we go. Hold it at a specific angle. All right, this is what Corey uses. It's $120, American Best Blade Sharpener, a jig with a grinder, and a flap disc. Holds it at a specific angle. Okay. Now, I've thought about the Vavor. I think it's 200 something bucks. I think Mike was talking about it. I have one to use that. Yeah. So, let's see here. Where was I? Oh, Eric said, don't downplay them. The gurus use them for your benefit, and the public will figure out if they are real or not. I think that's that might be where I'm trying to be relatable, and I shouldn't even really try to be relatable. I'm just sharing an experience. As far as the big ones go, so as far as the big ones go, they I don't even know if they're big anymore. I really don't. I listen to hear what they're telling people and see if it's accurate, if it's not, or if I think it could be altered, like Wayne and Daniel did. They did a show where they thought some of the stuff that Mike Andes was putting out might be risky for other guys to try, which is why I come on here and speak about it at times where their stuff seems to be risky for guys, because not everybody's blessed or lives on faith like myself. Some of these guys live on chance and chance only. Myself, I like to Tessa. Yes, you can work with me today. My daughter. She's up. She's ready to work. All right, good deal. So, Eric, if you haven't been listening to me, I am the small guy, and nobody's really going to listen to me and change their lifestyle, or you know what I mean. I'm just a guy who listens to a lot of lawn care, a lot of spiritual stuff. I lean on the spiritual stuff more than anything. I guess I don't know. I do, but also I feel like I provide a lot of entertainment. You know, I think people get a lot of entertainment out of hearing me wonder. And I don't hear a lot of people wondering about these people. Now, they might communicate back and forth with each other and say, I don't know. But I don't know that anybody's openly speaking about it. So sometimes I come on here and speak about it like, hey, this stuff might be risky. Ask them turf grass calculations. Eric, I don't even know turf grass calculations. Now, here's something I have asked. Now, Eric, here's what this is where people like you are necessary and people like Wayne, you know, I'm just a kid that's 41 who's just seen things. And when I just see them, my brain doesn't know how to put it all together and maybe push back a little. But I did see a dude. His YouTube channel is Jay's Mowing. Now, with school being out, I don't get to sit in the parking lot and watch YouTube and wait for the kids to come out and catch a few YouTube videos. Now, Jay's Mowing does 8 jobs, 8 Christmas light jobs. Now, he's on YouTube teaching people how to do Christmas lights. Now, he does 8 jobs. He's claiming he charges $12 to $15 per linear foot, and he's talking to the camera, trying to be, you know, like, I know I know the industry. I've pushed back a little bit and without saying, come on, knock it off. So those I am able to, but like turf grass, shit, I can't. I'd probably look pretty. Now Christmas lights, I can push back a little, but I haven't been in it long enough to speak of it in a very strong manner. I don't know. And I've heard him telling people, you know, September's go time is when he starts really getting out there and installing. And I'm like, with 8 jobs, you should be done by September 3rd if you start September 1st. And your Christmas light season should be over if you're only doing 8. Now, I don't say it like that because I don't want to discourage him or be a prick. But he should be done with 8 jobs pretty quickly because he said he's just doing roof lines and all that. But anyway, I'm seeing a lot of this. So I try and avoid that on my channel. Or not on my channel because I'm not teaching shit on my YouTube channel. I make a lot of videos. I put family and everything on there. It's just an easy way to save videos. I'll put some lawn care stuff on there, but for the most part, if I make videos, I want them to be saved somewhere and I want to save it on my phone. So I got family videos on my YouTube channel. Now on here, I talk a lot of shit, but I have no desire to grow. You know what I mean? I'm not going to save the world. Aaron Walls is not, 20 years from now, people aren't going to pick up their phone and go, man, Landscaper Roots with Aaron Walls. That was really a game changer. This is not going to happen. I like to come on here, hang out, have fun. Look, Eric, the reason I can is because you fucking got me. I don't know if you remember it. That time I got on the roof and you're like, dude, get down off the roof. You ordered the wrong amount. You're going to have to come back the next day. I don't know if you remember that. I think that was 4 or 5 years ago. I did it. Well, without doing that, I wouldn't be able to be hanging out here because I'm disciplined with my money. And my discipline for money is I've had some scary ass fucking drug dealers looking at me going, I'll be back here on Tuesday, have my fucking money. That's where my discipline with money comes from. It's not because mom and dad taught me and all this and that. It's because back in the day, George was coming in whether I had it or not. But those traits came with me. So with you helping me with Christmas lights is why I still have Christmas light money today, is because of that. It has nothing to do with me being smart or anything like that. It's mainly out of fear. That's where that discipline comes from. I still got Christmas light money now. And then the snowplow money, I still have that. I don't expect other people to live like that. That's hard to do. It's very hard to do. And then to be chipping away at debt consistently, where I should be free of debt by the time I'm 55, and then hoping to be in full retirement. That's living on faith. That's kind of scary. I don't expect people to do that. But without fear, where would my faith be? I'm scared of things. I put my fear into the hands of a spirit greater than myself, which would be God for me. I don't know what other people believe in, but that's my goal. That's why I get to do this. God has blessed me with this opportunity. He'll shut it when he's tired of listening to me make it about myself. So if I've made it about myself, he'll shut this down. God will shut this down if he doesn't like it. Anyway, my name is Aaron Walls. I run the Landscaper Roots show every Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 a.m. When I get off here today, I'm going to get some metal edging, put it around a landscape that has been waiting for it. They're fine with waiting. They said, do whatever you want to do, Aaron. Okay, that's fine. Most large businesses probably don't do that. I would say they'd have a crew and put it on a schedule and they'd get it done. Me, I feel like it's a nest egg. I'll go do it when it's wet or dry. Right now it's wet. So I can do it, get it done. Mow tomorrow. Mow Wednesday, Thursday. It's going to rain Friday. I'll go lay mulch Friday. That is the plan. That's how this solo operator operates. I also have 2 high school kids that are going to shadow me every Tuesday and Wednesday. They can also be hands-on if they want to. That will be starting this week for the next 8 weeks. I did let the people know, like, hey, I'm not a large business. Well under 100K, but if you want to follow me around, you can. So that's how that's going to go. But once again, if you found me relatable, great. But the true lawn care, landscape, Christmas light professional. Now, I feel like I run a legitimate business, but when it comes to someone who could educate you, that's coming up next. That's Eric Jones. I'm not sure if his wife's on there with him yet, but I do believe she might be. I don't quite know. But the real stuff is coming up next. Listen up for shows like Eric and Wayne and Daniel, where the education really starts. Mine is for entertainment purposes only. Do not change your lifestyle or your life to be like mine. Turfs Up Radio, Aaron Walls, Landscaper Roots is not being held responsible for any type of lifestyle changes. Guys, good luck out there. If you need a friend, I'm your guy.